The precious moment everyone talks about. Jimin receives gifts and his smile turns the airport into a scene of love. The scene unfolded like a movie, a moment that instantly became etched in the hearts of those who witnessed it and in the memories of countless fans around the world who later watched the clips circulating online. At first glance, it looked like a regular day at the airport, the kind of day filled with travelers rushing to catch flights, announcements echoing through the speakers, and staff members walking briskly to keep everything moving smoothly. But on this day, the atmosphere was different. The reason? Jimin. When Jimin appeared, dressed in an effortlessly chic outfit that seemed both casual and deliberate at the same time, the atmosphere transformed instantly. The murmurs of the crowd shifted into cheers, camera flashes illuminated the path like stars, and the energy surged so high that it felt like the walls of the airport themselves were vibrating. And then, in the middle of all this, one moment stood out above all others. The moment a fan handed Jimin a bouquet of flowers, and he responded with that unmistakable, heart-melting smile. A smile that could brighten even the dullest of days. That very moment, caught by dozens of cameras and live streams, became the talk of the world. Dtik Jimin Minarima Hidayah, Senyumnya Bikin Bandara Malala, wasn't just a headline. It was the truth that everyone saw with their own eyes. The power of a smile. Why did that simple smile carry so much weight? Perhaps it was because Jimin's smile isn't just a facial expression. It's an emotion, a language of love that needs no translation. Every time he smiles, fans feel warmth flooding into their hearts, as if he is directly acknowledging their existence and their devotion. At the airport, as he accepted the flowers wrapped in delicate pink paper, the corners of his lips curved upwards, his eyes softened behind his glasses, and for a split second, time seemed to stop. The fans closest to him gasped. Some clasped their hands over their mouths in disbelief. Others began to cry, overwhelmed by the sweetness of the gesture. In that instant, the airport was no longer an ordinary terminal. It became a sacred stage where love between an artist and his fans bloomed with indescribable intensity. Clips of the moment quickly spread across social media. Within hours, hashtags like hashtag Jimin Smile at Airport, hashtag Jimin Gift Moment, and hashtag Jimin Our Happiness trended worldwide. Fans from every corner of the globe, even those who couldn't be there physically, felt like they were part of the moment. The smile was not just Jimin's. It belonged to every army who had ever dreamed of giving him a gift, of hearing him say thank you, or of simply being acknowledged by him. Gifts that carry more than just objects. The fan who handed Jimin the flowers may have seen it as a small gesture, but in truth, it was monumental. Each bouquet, each handmade doll, each letter tucked inside envelopes carried not only material value, but also emotions that had been nurtured for years. Every petal of the flowers seemed to say, "Thank you for being Jimin. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for smiling even when you're tired." And Jimin understood. His smile wasn't just politeness. It was a genuine response, a way of saying, "I see you. I feel your love. I carry your support with me wherever I go." This mutual exchange of love and gratitude is what makes moments like this unforgettable. The scene that stole the show. The airport that day was lined with fans holding banners, waving light sticks, and carrying gifts of all shapes and sizes. Security guards were stationed strategically, keeping pathways clear so Jimin could walk safely. But despite the presence of barriers, the connection between Jimin and Army felt barrierless. That he walked slowly, his pace calm yet assured, as if he had all the time in the world for his fans. He wore a black sweater with delicate patterns, loose pants, and a beanie that added an air of cozy mystery. The oversized glasses framed his face, yet even through the lenses, the warmth of his gaze was undeniable. Fans extended their arms, some holding letters, others clutching soft toys, but it was the bouquet of flowers that made the biggest impact. When the fan stepped forward, offering the bouquet with slightly trembling hands, the crowd collectively held its breath. Jimin stopped, smiled, and gently accepted the flowers. That smile lit up his entire face, transforming the hectic airport into a scene of serenity and affection. The fan who gave the flowers immediately broke into tears, her hands flying to her mouth as she realized Jimin had not only taken the gift, but had also looked directly at her with a smile that felt like sunlight. Around her, other fans screamed, some chanting his name, others crying in solidarity. A global reaction within minutes. The videos uploaded by fans went viral. International media outlets picked up the story, framing it as yet another example of Jimin's ability to create magic in the simplest of moments. Comment sections overflowed with messages. That smile healed my entire week. I wasn't even there, but watching the video made me cry. Only Jimin can make an airport look like a scene out of a romantic movie. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, every platform buzzed with content. Fan edits added slow-motion effects to the exact second his smile appeared. Others layered the clips with emotional songs, turning the moment into a cinematic experience. Even fans who had never been to a BTS concert felt like they were standing in that airport, right beside him, when he smiled. The emotional weight behind the moment for ARMY. Jimin's smile is not just a fleeting gesture. It's proof of his resilience, kindness, and unshakable bond with his fans. Behind that smile lies years of effort, countless performances, and sacrifices that only a few can truly comprehend. Jimin has always been known for giving his all, both on stage and off, and this airport moment was a reminder that he never takes his fans for granted. His smile was more than a reaction to receiving a bouquet. It was a reflection of his gratitude. In that moment, he was not an unreachable star, but a human being who connected deeply with the people who love him. Fans could feel it, the sincerity, the softness, the care. The ripple effect of kindness. What makes this moment even more powerful is the ripple effect it caused. Fans who saw Jimin smile were inspired to smile themselves, spreading positivity in their own lives. Some shared stories of how the video gave them courage to face personal struggles. Others mentioned how the smile reminded them of why they became fans in the first place, that it's no exaggeration to say that Jimin's smile at the airport sparked a chain reaction of joy that traveled across borders, languages, and time zones. From Seoul to New York, from Paris to Jakarta, the world collectively basked in the warmth of that single gesture. The airport as a stage of love. Airports are usually places of rush, stress, and routine. But that day, the terminal turned into something else entirely. A stage of love where fans and their idol met in an unspoken agreement of mutual respect and adoration. Jimin, walking through the lines of cheering fans, was both the star of the show and the most humble participant. His quiet demeanor, his simple yet stylish outfit, and his willingness to pause and smile created a scene that felt larger than life. It wasn't a concert, but the energy rivaled one. It wasn't a fan meeting, but the intimacy surpassed many. It was just Jimin being Jimin, and that was enough to make the world stop. Endless replay in fans' hearts. Days after the moment, fans still replayed the clips over and over. Each time, they found new details to cherish. The way his eyes crinkled slightly, the softness in his posture, the shy yet genuine curve of his lips. These small details became treasures, fueling fan art, fanfiction, and heartfelt letters dedicated to Jimin. The moment became a reminder of why ARMY will always stay loyal. Because even in the most ordinary settings, Jimin finds ways to create extraordinary experiences. His smile was proof that love doesn't need grand gestures. Sometimes, all it takes is a simple acknowledgement to change lives. The legacy of the smile. Years from now, fans will look back at this airport moment as one of the countless times Jimin made the world feel lighter, softer, and more hopeful. His smile that day wasn't just for the fan who handed him the flowers. It was for every ARMY who has ever stayed up late to stream a song, who has ever saved money to attend a concert, who has ever whispered "thank you" to the screen after watching him perform. The legacy of that smile will endure because it embodies everything Jimin stands for: kindness, humility, gratitude, and love.